Do you like to travel? Do you like to go light when you travel? Do you have small children or a toddler like I do? Let's take a look at being able to travel lightly and pack for two, one bag travel with the GORUCK GR2 40 liter. All right, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back, thanks for tuning in, thanks for checking out the things that I am reviewing. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than the previous videos that we've produced, as well as some of the videos that I've seen out there specifically related to this pack. So this video is going to be focused on how my loadout looks for one bag travel, so typically anywhere between 3 to 4 days with myself and a small child. So I'm not going to do an in-depth review of the pack itself. You can go out to YouTube and check out videos. There's a couple good videos out there. I believe Chase Reeves has a really good video associated with the GORUCK GR2 40 liter. And so this is the bag that I use when I'm traveling with myself and my child. This is the 40 liter. It is in the wolf gray, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick unpacking of my bag to kind of just give you a feel for the size of the bag and how much you can put in this bag and still get away with traveling. Dimensions of the bag are very close to the maximum carry-on bag size that you could bring within most airlines. So it actually works out pretty perfect. So stick with me and we will start to take a look at the contents of this bag and kind of walk through my loadout and do a quick walk around of the bag itself. All right, so let's get into this. Here we have the 40 liter GORUCK GR2 loaded out, how I will be traveling with my 2-year-old on a 4-day, 5-day trip, depending on what we're doing. If you're not familiar with GORUCK, a lot of their materials that they use are extremely heavy duty, and that does not change in the case of this pack here. So the 40 liter is made out of, like all their other packs, are 1000D Cordura. The dimensions on the bag are 22 inches by 12.5 inches by 9 inches once it's fully packed out. And this is pretty heavily packed out. I don't have it maxed out completely, but we're pretty close to it. Okay, so let's open up the pack and kind of do a quick run through of how I typically have things laid out. Now, I don't usually use this front slash pocket unless I'm stuffing in boarding passes, paper, things like that. I don't typically put any gear in here because as you're filling out the rest of the bag, it pushes against this slash pocket and what can be stored in there, and actually makes some things kind of difficult to get out of this pocket if you're trying to get in and out. So I typically just store paper in there. The front half of this bag is dedicated to my kiddos' gear. So let's open that up and take a look. So as you will notice, the front half of this bag is empty. So you have a vertical zipper and you have a horizontal pocket. The vertical has a mesh insert, so you can put things in there that are drying. I will typically use this for dirty clothes. So on the way out, I usually have it empty, and then I'll fill that with dirty clothes coming from the clean clothes. So this Eagle Creek compressible system, packet system, is what I use to store his clothes, and this here stores 4 days worth of clothes I have in here. So shirt, pants, socks, and other gear for up to 4 days for the little dude. I'll leave a link to these. I think these are great lightweight compressible packing cubes. If you're interested, I'll leave a link of this in the description. Next, the ever so critical iPad to keep him busy on the plane. So having this thing charged is critical. Having this thing here to keep him content has proven invaluable. Drink whatever cup he has, usually something easy, non-spillable, fits in there. Then the back half of the front portion of the pack, you have a built-in pocket, so one of their built-in field pockets basically that can't be removed. And then you have another vertical zip mesh pocket. So in this vertical zip mesh pocket, I keep a bag with diapers, as well as hand sanitizer, some butt cream, and some bags to throw the diapers away in. I've also got stored some wipes, wet wipes for them, and then another set of bags just to make sure if I need to throw away some of those dirty diapers, they're taken care of and contained. In the field pocket, I have, usually I'll store in here some kind of, sunscreen, Vaseline, diaper rash cream, anything like that, kind of his toiletries of what he needs. Usually I'll have in toothbrush and toothpaste in here also. I'm just showing you guys this for illustrative purposes. So that's kind of how I have the front packed out. Usually on him I'll have his jacket and then a set of clothes on him as he's traveling. Okay, so that's the front half of the bag. The back half of the bag is where I keep my gear for the trip, and I'll show you what that looks like. So on the front half of the bag, again, similar to the front section, you have horizontal and vertical zips. I keep, wipes, some kind of wet wipes in here. I'll keep a notebook with a pen, as well as some snacks, and then any other kind of things that need to be done in here. You have a koozie in there because you never know. Usually I'll just stack in toiletries. So, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss. I typically will buy the things that I need when I get where I'm going. I don't usually load out on necessities, but I do like to have a little bit with me in case I get stuck in a layover or something along those lines. But normally I'll just buy the material that I need when I get to my destination. I usually have this Bond travel gear. I believe it's the Escapade pack that I keep all of my electronic equipment in. And this is a fantastic little gear electronic DOP kit. If you haven't seen this Bond Gear Escapade pack, I would highly recommend taking a look at it. It is fantastic. I want to say it's $29.99 on Amazon, and again I'll leave a link to it, but this is a great little pack. I'll show you what it looks like really quick on the inside. So again, I probably have it packed more than I need to, and I have things like portable charger, extra USB cables, charging cables, 12 volt DC for the car, charging cables, some permanent markers, USB drives, Metro cards, extra thumb drives, another notebook. If I need to keep a passport, the passport goes in here. I have a AT&T hotspot in here. So this thing holds a ton of electronic gear, and it really works out pretty well for me. And it packs fairly small and has some great organization to it. So Bond Gear Escapade, highly I recommend taking a look at that, and I'll leave you all a link in the comment section of the video. Okay, so I'll typically carry an extra pair of shoes on me. Sometimes it's flip-flops, just depends on where I'm traveling to. And then what I'll have on my person is, hat, a base layer, and then pair of pants, shoes, something along those lines, again depending on where I'm going. I always pack a Patagonia Houdini jacket. Again, if you are not familiar with this jacket, from the amount of wind protection that it provides not a lot of rain protection, but it is DWR finished. But the size and weight to wind protection to keep kind of that chill off you is just, you can't beat it. Look how tiny this jacket packs down, so why not carry that with you if you need some protection from the wind, as well as to kind of just get out of the elements. It's a great jacket. Again, the Patagonia Houdini jacket, and I'll do the same as I did with the Bond Escapade. I'll leave a link in the comments for the Amazon location where you guys can take a look at that and purchase it. I think it's about $100. Sometimes you can find them on sale for $70, $80, but a great jacket for traveling, and it packs very small. Now, this next piece is new to me. I haven't actually used it for traveling, but it is something I kind of have my eye on, and again, I've watched some reviews on YouTube of it. I think from Chase Reeves, who usually does a lot of the pack reviews as well as some of the travel gear. This is the Nomadic vacuum sealed. Basically, it's a dry bag, and so I'm using this as a carrier for all of my clothing. And so what I have in here is 4 days worth of shirts, some boxers, socks, as well as an extra pair of pants and some workout shorts and a workout shirt. So all of that is packed into this tiny vacuum sealable. You have a little valve here that lets the air out as you're compressing it and rolling this down. All of this packs in very nicely and fits almost perfectly in my bag and leaves me a little bit of room on the sides to kind of throw a jacket in there or any other materials. So I like this Nomadic vacuum seal bag. And again, it's basically a dry bag with a vacuum seal, so you can evacuate all the air and get your stuff compressed down really tight. But it looks like it's gonna work out perfectly for compression, carrying waterproof in case you do get into any elements. I think it's gonna work out great. And so if you're not familiar, again, with the GORUCK GR1, GR2, and some of their bullet lines of packs, they also have an elastic pocket here, which is meant for their ruck plates, or you can put, documentation in there. And then they have a line of Molly webbing here along the back also, so you can put different types of pockets, pouches, etc. I don't usually do that. I usually run it completely blank and just use something like this compression sack to put my gear into. And so let me pack this back up real quick. We will show you the last part of the bag, and I'm gonna do a quick walk around of it. So let me zip her up. Again, the nice thing with the GR2 and all the GORUCK bags, they've really thought out some of the details of this bag. What they do is with the zipper, each of the zipper sections, they have the flap of Cordura that covers over the zipper again. So if you have any kind of rain or mist or anything like that, you're kind of keeping that off from your insides and off the zippers specifically. You got the carry handle, which is ridiculously stitched, very heavy duty. And again, these bags are meant for their challenge events, which typically you're carrying a lot of weight around in them, you're throwing them around, you're doing a lot of calisthenics. But in this case, this bag was purchased solely for traveling with someone other than myself and keeping quite a bit of gear in it. Okay, so the last part of the bag that I have packed out when I travel is this bomb-proof laptop section. And so this is where I keep my laptop. Now, this is a 11-inch MacBook Air, and I love this thing. I think it's great. It's perfect size for me. But this pocket will cover and carry up to a 17-inch laptop. So you have plenty of room in here. It has a false bottom towards the very bottom of this so that you have a little bit of shock-proof protection from the bag if you drop it. You also have some material in here to stiffen it up. I'm not sure exactly what the material is, if it's Kydex or some type of plastic material, but it does provide enough structure for the bag to not collapse on your back and be uncomfortable when you have it loaded out. You have very nice padded straps on the bag, same as all the other bags that they provide. They do a great job with how they've laid out the straps. They're very comfortable, great stitching. And if you know anything again about GORUCK, you're familiar with their Scars lifetime warranty. So you can really beat the heck out of their bags if you have any issues, tears, stitching issues, anything along those lines. Their Scars warranty covers their gear for the lifetime that you own the gear, and even if you sell it to somebody else, it's still covered. So you just get a hold of the Scars folks through the GORUCK website. Tell them what you have, communicate with them, tell them the issues, and go over the problem, and usually they'll give you some feedback on how to handle it, and typically it's shipping it back to them, and them either repairing the problem for you or sending you out a new pack. Now, let's talk about costs quickly. This bag, MSRP is on their website at $495. Nice. And I know what you're saying, you're like, woo, that is a lot of money. Yes, it is. And actually the prices went up 35%, if I remember correctly, back in September. So I bought this bag almost 2 years ago when they first started to release this version of it, and I didn't pay that much for it. The prices did go up. You know, materials, they do manufacture all of their products in the USA, which I think is great. Again, it's veteran-owned small business. They make all this stuff USA made, and you know, you're gonna pay a price for that type of gear. Again, if I can support veteran-owned small businesses, especially if stuff's made in the USA, I like to do that. You're gonna get a great bomb-proof, as they call it, product. These bags really are bomb-proof. And kind of my philosophy is buy once, cry once. You know, get the thing that you want that's going to last you the longest versus buying multiple bags and going through them multiple times and ending up spending that much money anyways. So, you know, buy once, cry once. Again, they do offer a discount to students, to law enforcement, first responders, active duty military, veterans. You just have to sign up through the program on their website, and they will provide you with 25% off of their normal MSRP prices. So you can get this for quite a bit off, and typically during the year, a few times a year, you'll see some sales on these packs. So I would recommend keeping an eye out for them. But that wraps up our close-up of the bag and kind of how I have it loaded out for myself and a kiddo. Works out perfectly for me. The bag itself, I haven't weighed it, but I would say with everything loaded out in it, it's probably close to 15 to 20 pounds total. It's not bad. It's easily doable. You can easily pop this into underneath your seat on your airplane or into the overhead compartment. The one thing that I do wish they put on these packs, especially the larger packs standard, is I wish they had a side carry handle. I know you can add a side carry handle now through their online program. You can custom modify some of your bags. However, I believe the material that they provide is just black when you want to get extra handles sewn onto your bag. I wish that was one thing that I wish came standard, a side carry handle, especially on their 40 liters, because most of the time you're going to be traveling with these type of bags and you need some kind of side handle. It just makes things easier. A little less awkward when you have a heavily packed out bag from pulling from the top. Okay, so let's wrap up this video and pop back into the end. There you have it. That's my loadout when I travel with myself and my small child using the GORUCK GR2 40 liter. If you like the video, you like the way that this channel is going, the increased quality, and hopefully my conciseness with what we're looking at and reviewing, please go ahead and subscribe and like. I could really use the help getting this channel moving along. Obviously, I only have a few videos so far, but I'm trying to work on those and get some content out there and exposed to the world. Any comments that you have would be fantastic. I appreciate those, whatever those may be. And get out there and try some new things. Try out some new gear. Hopefully I can help you out with some of those things before you go out and buy them. Try some new events, new activities, things along those lines. Whatever your interest is, go out there and try it. Scratch your itch. And peace in the Middle East. Is that still a thing? No? Well.